السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين. صدق الله العظيم. صلى الله على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. صلى الله على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. صلى الله على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. Alhamdulillah. From the beginning of my speech, all praises be to Allah. Today I try to mention something about the importance, about the significance of Qurbani. Wa ma tawfiqi illa billah. In the beginning of my speech, I recited a verse from Holy Quran. قال الله تعالى قل إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين. O Prophet, say, my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, my death for the Lord, for Allah, who is the Lord of the world. So, the word Qurbani, it comes from Arabic Qurban. The Qurban means to become nearness, to become closeness of Allah, dedication. This is why it is called also nusuk. Qurbani called in Arabic also nusuk. And another word is also available. That is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Holy Quran, وَاتْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ نَبَأَ بَنِي آدَمَ بِالْحَقِّ إِذْ قَرَّبَا قُرْبَانًا فَتُقُبِّلَ مِنْ أَحَدِهِمَا وَلَمْ يُتَقَبَّلْ مِنَ الْآخَرِ. O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam recite before them the story, history of Adam alayhi salam's two sons, Habil and Qabil. From one of his son, the sacrifice has been accepted, and from another not accepted. So here the word is qarraba qurbanan. That's it. Qurban means sacrifice. And in Surah Kawthar also we find this word. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar. O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have given you the Kawthar, so perform prayer for your Lord and sacrifice wanhar. So the meaning of, we can say meaning of wanhar, nahar, qurbani, and id qarraba qurbanan. In total, most of it, nusuk, udhiya, Eidul Adha, Adha, Udhiya, Nusuk, all of the words is the same meaning. So we understood that the meaning of Qurban become nearness of Allah, closeness of Allah, dedication. And what is Qurbani? Qurbani means to sacrifice, to slaughter animals in a certain days for the sake of Allah, to become dear of Allah, to obtain the order of Allah. It is Qurbani. And the history of Qurbani, all of you know, but I am saying you about it just for reminding it. Qurbani, it's come from Ibrahim and Ismail alayhi salam. When Ibrahim alayhi salam saw a dream for 3 days continuous, after 3 days he said this dream to his son Ismail alayhi salam. Also Ibrahim alayhi salam got his son in the age of old age, and Ismail alayhi salam that time was in youth. But their story is narrated in the Holy Quran. Ya bunayya inni ara fil manam anni azbahuka fanzur madha tara. O my dear son, I saw in dream I am slaughtering you. Now what do you like now? قال يا أبت فعل ما تؤمر. Ismail alayhi salam replied, oh my father, do what you are commanded. ستجدني إن شاء الله من الصابرين. Very soon you will find me with those who are patient. Now, in that point, we can think that the conversation about the fathers and his son, father him wanted to slaughter his son, and son replied that you will find me in the patience and do what you are commanded. We have understood from this verse this the beloved the beloved prophets, two prophets Ibrahim and Ismail alayhi salam, both are very obedience was very obedience in the order of Allah, and they have been proved their work. They have been proved that they are totally obedience in the order of Allah. This is why when Ibrahim alayhi salam wanted to slaughter his son Ismail alayhi salam, he tied up his son, and when he trying to cut his neck by knife, that time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَنَادَيْنَاهُ أَنْ يَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ قَدْ صَدَّقْتَ الرُّؤْيَا. I called to Ibrahim, O Ibrahim, you have fulfilled your dream. قَدْ صَدَّقْتَ الرُّؤْيَا, you have fulfilled your dream. وَفَدَيْنَاهُ, in the after the verses, another verses is available. وَفَدَيْنَاهُ بِذِبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ, I gave him a great animal for sacrifice. So sacrifice, now anybody can ask us why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala order Ibrahim alayhi salam to sacrifice his son, because his son is very most dear to him. The reply is that Allah wanted to test his servant, that after coming this world, do they follow his rules, do have the real loyalty to their Lord, to test that. And after completing this work, by passing this test, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this reward, these things, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. This is why nowadays we no need to sacrifice our sons, just we sacrifice the animal. But here we have to see our animal have to be beautiful, healthy also, because Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, sacrifice good animal, because in the day of judgment, in the doomsday, it will be your Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, sacrifice a good animal, healthy animal, then it will be your courage in the day of judgment, in the doomsday. This is why we try to sacrifice good animal, good cattle. And the time of sacrifice is started from 10th Dhul-Hijjah morning, after saying Eid al-Adha prayer, and it first finish in the evening of 12th Dhul-Hijjah. And once upon a time, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "At-taqwa hahuna, at-taqwa hahuna," and he pointed his qalb. It means that the place of taqwa, the place of fairness of Allah, is remain in our qalb, in our heart. And how is it possible to gain? In another verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, لَن يَنَالَ اللَّهَ لُحُومُهَا وَلَا دِمَاؤُهَا وَلَكِنْ يَنَالُهُ التَّقْوَى مِنْكُمْ. Thus, the flesh and blood of the animals do not reach Allah. Only reaches to Him your taqwa, which is remain in your qalb, in your heart. This is why Qurbani, by completing sacrifice, it is very important to attain taqwa in our qalb. This is why all of us have to try our Qurbani should become free of Riya, because Riya is, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, it is shirkul asghar, that means minor shirk. If we want to get thanks from the people, and that we want to get the praises from the people by doing our sacrifice, then we will not be able to achieve taqwa. Most of the time, many people says this: if I don't sacrifice, then man, what will they will say about me? What's the condition? Where my children? Where will they go for? Many kind of things they think about themselves. Another things we have to. Another thing is this: it is very important that after completing our sacrifice, we should just distribute our sacrifice flesh into two parts: one for ourselves, another part for our relatives, another for the poor. And by completing sacrifice, by completing slaughter of the animal, we all of the people, especially the poor, we gave them the reward of our relatives, because Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked by his company, which things is very good deeds in the Islam. Ayyul Islami khair? Qala Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, tut'imu at-ta'am, to feed others, and afshu salam, to greet strangers, ala ma araftum wa lam ta'rif, especially here who are unknown to you, to greet him. So to feed another person, to feed others is very important work, very rewards work in Islam, and it is fulfilled, become fulfilled in the time of Qurbani, time of Eidul Adha, because if we think that in another time, normally by expending a lot of money, another time we don't give the share to other people, only in Qurbani. In Qurbani, an animal, it may be high rates, but after sacrificing it, after slaughtering it, a big amount of it we distribute among the people. It's just for the sake of Allah, for become nearness of Allah, for become closeness of Allah. So now once things we should know on whose it is wajib, that means compulsory Qurbani, who is Sahib Nasab, on his the Qurbani is compulsory, and who has not that kind of goods available, Qurbani is not compulsory on him. May Allah grant us to understand and to do according by the shaykh of Allah. May Allah give us tawfiq to understand and deeds. Wa ma alayna illa al-balagh.